who's who continues here. Mark Attanasio joins us.
Back of the line here.
Not at all. You're preceding Bob Costas.
Oh, okay. Costas hasn't come
Dick
on.
Eversol's been on.
I saw Dick in my monitor there.
We had Bob Uecker. We had Doc Severinsen.
How about Doc Severinsen?
Was that great?
85 years old.
And can still just pound it out. I don't know how he has so much breath in him to hit those notes.
Especially, did I see him smoking a cigar with Telly on the thing?
You like that outfit? You like that outfit, Mark? Did that look good on you?
The pants, the leather pants. I told the commissioner today we had to get him a pair of those leather pants.
Well, I get, we're thinking about where to go with all of this that we're trying to digest today. It's been quite a day here in Milwaukee. You have turned on a big spotlight to Milwaukee and Miller Park, and certainly Bob Costas can bring an A-list of guests as Correa sends one out to center field for Gomez. But congratulations to you and your team and the Brewers front office for putting together a terrific show from top to bottom. That was really entertaining.
Our front office did a great job. Alita Mercer, Tyler Barnes, obviously, everyone who worked on this. Outstanding. And, a lot of work goes into that.
Right.
It all looks very simple. By the way, Bob Costas makes everybody look good, right?
Smooth,
It's like having Steve Nash,
Right.
It brings everybody's game up. But a lot of work goes into making it look so seamless.
And you had some great comments. Your speech was right to the point, as always. And I asked Dick Eversol this, but, how much preparation did you do? And what were you thinking about? What did you want to convey to the fans today about Bob Uecker?
I thought a lot about what I wanted to convey, and it took some time. And sometimes these speeches come to me quickly, and last night, over the last several days, it didn't. Because there's so many things you can say about Uecker, right? Mm-hmm. So many great things, and there's so many funny stories. But I'm never going to be as funny as he is. And then look at who you're up there with Costas and Commissioner and Henry Aaron. So I thought I got to kind of be to the point. And I really didn't start rolling on the speech last night till after midnight, frankly. I kind of wrote that from 12:15 to about 1:45 last night.
But the thing that makes Uecker so special, not that he's so funny, but just a class act. The guy, and what he's been able to accomplish in his life. Growing up in Milwaukee, doing baseball, he was a baseball player, and now he's a national celebrity of entertainer. And you got to tip your hat to a guy like that. As we talked to Dick Eversol, that it takes guts to go from just a baseball guy and try and be an entertainer.
Sure, and one of the things that we didn't really get a chance to talk about, I was going to put into my speech, and then I thought, well, somebody else will talk about it, and nobody really did. Bob has done an enormous amount of charitable work, Make-A-Wish Foundation, and he's privately endowed all kinds of scholarships, which he does not want any fanfare for, doesn't really talk about it. And I was going to talk about it today, and I thought someone might, and they didn't, so I'm talking about it now.
Yeah, and the bat assistance team,
right? Major
League Baseball, and that supports former players who have fallen on hard times. And Bob Uecker's always been involved in the Scouts Fund as well. And those are just two of the many things that he's done. But he is a treasure. That was the name of our broadcast today, Bob Uecker, a Milwaukee treasure. Have you had any conversations with the commissioner and about Bob Uecker when he was Bob's boss? Now you're Bob's boss. And it's true. It's just he's just a handshake deal, right? There's never been a contract.
I've heard that from both sides. I've heard it from the commissioner's side, and I've heard it from Ueck's side. And it is a handshake deal. And handshake deals are the best kind of deals because they're based on trust. But one of the benefits when you have a contract is you can go back to the contract and look at it. And every now and then, both with the commissioner and me, the way we saw things and the way that Ueck saw things was a little bit different.
And Mark, as we have gone through this season, it has certainly been a disappointment in a lot of areas. And certainly the Brewers are, you feel like, in a position to get right back at it next year. And still baseball to be played and evaluations to be made. But as that one is fouled away, it looks like this is a club, and I'd love to get your thoughts on where you think it can go from now until next opening day.
Well, first and foremost, one of the things Doug Melvin asked me today is, what are we trying to do? Are we trying to win games or trying to see players? And the answer to that is we're always trying to win games. And I think, frankly, if he has Doug, Gordon, Craig, counsel who I was on the phone with at the time, or if he has me, or he has Ron Renicky, we're out here to win games, and so it starts with that, and and then we go from there. Now we're going to probably bring a few guys up, and obviously that's got to yet to be announced, but combination of stretching out the pitchers. I think this may be the last start for Mark Rogers tonight, and based on now there's everything's focused on how many innings somebody pitches, and we're going to want to see a couple of other guys, but we're not really. Corey Hart, Ricky Weeks, guys like that, they want to play. So bringing guys up to sit on the bench doesn't really help us. Probably have to do something with the Corey Ransom waiver, and I think Doug is thinking about another outfielder. But we'll again, Niger's picking it up here, and we'd like to see Carlos Gomez play more.